Jelly.
Yummy.
Jelly.
Yummy.
Jelly.
Yummy.
Mélòó ni mo pè é yẹn?
Emeta.
Good boy. Iṣẹ́ short and simple. Wọnú ilé yẹn lọ. Paná everybody. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe kíni, kò get out. Tó bá rájá, ṣe kíni, paná ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tẹ́ṣinṣin bá ṣe mistake fò kọjá ní time bá tó wà nú ilé yẹn, ṣe kíni, paná ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
If you leave a cockroach alive in that house,
Kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀.
tí n bá ráyán kan tó rìn jáde, orí ẹ̀ ó máa lọ sí. Á ṣe ìṣekúṣe fún mi o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
You know who you are dealing with.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, yummy.
Ṣé ti wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ń sìn?
A ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ sí.
Ẹ ti set.
A ti set.
Orí ẹ̀ pé. Mo máa retí good news.
Kò sí wàhálà.
Á ṣeré. Ajá tó bá wọlé ẹkùn, ó fẹ́ ṣe kí ni? Ó fẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ̀wẹ̀ nìyẹn. Nobody, I mean no garden body, crosses my zanga and lives to tell the tale. Nonsense.
Isn't it interesting to know that everything you just watched right now was shot using the Ulanzi EC65 COB light? This is COB light, 65 watts. That entire shot film you just saw was shot using this. I mean, Ulanzi never failed to amaze me with their lights. Now let's unbox and see exactly what makes up this light. Alrighty, so in there we have a manual. One of the first things you find is the COB light itself. I mean, I find it pretty interesting because of the shape. It has two dials on the side. That's basically how you power it up. It's a bicolor light, by the way. Right in the middle there, you actually see the connector. That's for the battery pack. And in the center, you see the LED light itself. Pretty interesting. Now, next to that, you have the battery pack. Now, the battery pack is very interesting because it has this sort of like magnet that you can actually use to attach to the light itself. And once attached, it just powers on almost automatically. I mean, of course, the light won't come on, but at least you see the bars, the power bars on the light just to see how much power it is, if it's fully charged or not. Now, next to that, you have the optical condenser. I actually like the way this light looks. I mean, it's not just lightweight, but it actually looks good and has this internal glass through which the light can, disperse. I really like the shape. I like the way it looks. Now we have to remove the cover, and underneath we find a few more things, right? Now, one of the first things you find is the reflector. The reflector has a mini Bowen mount. I mean, pretty interesting. It has this, hollow shape, so you can actually direct the light in a particular position. Next to that, we have a diffuser. The diffuser also, interestingly, has a mini Bowen's mount, likewise, and it has these holes by the side. The holes make it easy for the light to be able to breathe so it doesn't overheat. And then you have, of course, the power pack in there. Yep, you have the power pack in there. And interestingly, when you combine everything together, I mean, it just looks beautiful. When you combine the power pack to the light itself, and then you also attach the optical condenser, the light is just beautiful, honestly speaking. And I love the fact that not just can you use the battery pack itself, you can decide you don't want to use the battery pack. You can actually power the light itself with the power cable here. So you can power it via USB-C or power it using the DC cable that comes with it. you can actually charge it using USB-C likewise. But what I realized is when you try charging it normally in light, it takes forever to charge. But if you use a V-mount battery, it takes less than 1 hour and it comes into full charge. Why it's done like that, I don't know. But thank God I have a V-mount battery. So with a V-mount battery, I can just, charge it fully, and it's good to go. Now, the battery pack can actually give you 40 minutes of usage time if you are running at 6,500 Kelvin and your power is at 100%. So obviously what that means is if you are not running the battery at 100%, say you are running at 50%, that means you probably get double the amount of time. So if you can do 40 minutes for 100%, that means if you do 50%, you can do 80 minutes. I mean, I'm just doing the math just off of the top of my head. But basically what that means is if you're going to use this battery, you have to take into consideration how much power you are using. That would define how long the battery lasts. Now, in terms of connectivity, it's pretty easy to connect the power pack to the light itself. If you turn it upside down, you can actually see it sort of like has this shape, very similar to the one underneath. So you actually have to look at it pretty well before you attach it. So once you see the shape, make sure it corresponds with the one on the light itself. Bring it together, attach, and this is how you know if it's well connected. Now it's fully charged. That's the reason why you can see, 4 green lights and 1 blue light. It's attached. If you want to detach it, if you turn it upside down, just very close to where the 65 watt is, just next to that side, hold on to that and you can detach it. Again, that's the easiest way to detach it. Don't try forcing it out without pressing this button down. Now, in terms of the light itself, it has a mini Bowen mount. And here, this is how you can attach any of the mounts here. Now, it's the same thing. Before you attach the cone to it, what you have to do is push down this button. You can actually find push on it, push down the button, put the Bowen's mount in, turn it right, and it's good to go. And it's the same thing with the optical. There you go. See? Same thing as well. So, and same thing for this as well. I mean, this can be very tricky because it's silicone, but the process is the same. Just push it down, put this in, and it's good to go. So that's basically how to set up any of the cones. Now, if you want to set the full thing up, so here's what we're going to do. Let's have the battery at the back, attach that. Let's have the cone in there. That's it. Or better still, let's use the optical. Place that in, turn it this way, and it's good to go. So there it is. Pretty simple to use. By the side, you find the fan. I mean, if you detach it, you can see there's a ton of ventilation here just to stop it from, getting unduly hot. And the controls are actually pretty simple to use. Setting up the light is pretty easy. All you have to do is see this button here. This is the power button. This is the link button. This is the CCT button, and this is the dim button. So to power it up, you just push it this way. Your Ulanzi logo comes on, and then you see power on with a question mark. Now, because they don't want you to mistakenly put it on, it doesn't come on automatically. So what you have to do is use this dial here and turn when it's full. That's it. Now, this is 1%. Like I said, this is the CCT. With this, you can change between 2,700 Kelvin all the way to 6,500 Kelvin. So right now, this is 6,000. Let's take it all the way to 6,500 Kelvin. There it is. And this is 1%. I mean, that just shows you how powerful this light is. At 1%, look at how bright it looks. Let's increase it a bit. Now, this is at 50%. I mean, see how powerful it is. Let me bring it down all the way to 1 again. Yeah, this is 1%. Now, to get into other effects, it has tons of effects on the inside. I'll show you more about that on the app. But to get into the effects here, all you have to do is click on the CCT button and you go into the effects menu. It has effects lighting, fireworks, faulty bulb, pulsing, strobe, paparazzi, emergency, HL beam, CCT loop, initial loop, explosion and welding. There's also TV, and you're back to lighting again. So if you want to go back to the CCT mode, you click on this again, and by default, it's back to bicolor. Now, please do remember that this is a bicolor light. It's not an RGB light. It's a bicolor light. Now, to pair it with the app, all you need to do is hold on to this button for a few seconds, and automatically it would, sync with the app. I'll show you that in a few seconds. But basically, that's the entire operation of this light. It's really that simple and intuitive to use. So now let's jump straight into the app. Now, using the Ulanzi app is pretty simple. All you need to do is go to the App Store or the Play Store and download the Ulanzi app. Now, I've connected mine already. Now, once you open it up, you find a very simple user interface. Right here, you can see the Kelvin. Right now, it's at 6,500 Kelvin. I can push it all the way back down to 2,700 Kelvin, and I can push it back to 6,005. Underneath that, you have the intensity. Right now, it's at 1%. I can drag it all the way to 100% and bring it all the way down also to 1%. Underneath there, you find the CCT and the effect. If you click on the effect, you have 13 effects, which I spoke of the first time. So with this, you can actually control the light and get creative without necessarily getting very close to the light. So the question you'll be asking yourself is, who is this actually good for? Is this good for just anybody? No, I would say it's very good for creatives. What kind of creatives? If you're shooting short films, doing anything massive, I mean, you shouldn't use this light inside. Take this light outside. There's no point in reducing the intensity and just wasting the light on the inside. I mean, like you watched the short film at the beginning, that's how I think this light should be used. It should be really maximized and not just kept in one space. And in terms of pricing, I find the pricing quite good. It goes for $150. I mean, for what it can do, 65 watts, that kind of intensity and this amount of tools, I think is a good buy. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I feel it's a good buy. But you let me know in the comment section if you think it's too expensive or if it's too cheap or if it's just okay. Let me hear from you guys what you think about the light. Thank you, Camera Joint, for giving me access to the EC65 Ulanzi COB light. I really love the light, and it's one of the lights I'm going to be using a lot going forward. And with that, guys, it is bye from me, Flo Rocker. Ciao.